Hey everyone, here's our little porch that we decorated a couple weeks ago when it was cold out. Katie's a chicken and she's not the biggest fan of the cold, so
Oh, the truth is coming out.
we came out and did it.
Thank you, by the way.
You're welcome. We'll start over there in the corner. Katie has a little sled she decorated. It looks really nice. We just kind of lean there so it doesn't tip over.
I think we got this sled for what, like $5? It's just like an old sled.
We got it off of some dude on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, we just put a little bit of like greenery swag, some bells from the Dollar Tree, some cheap ribbon that I made into a bow, and that's that. So, oh, Boo likes it. Holding up the corner. What's next?
Our tree we reused from last year. That was our indoor tree. We just kind of upgraded this year, so we moved him outside and we got snowflake decorations on it with some fancy red ribbon.
Hashtag Walmart.
Yep. And we just used a decorative bucket that Katie liked to use because she doesn't like the stand. So we just stuck some rocks in there so it's pretty sturdy. And then
wait, hold on. Well, how do we plug it in? Because I love this part about our front porch.
We just ran an extension cord from the ceiling over there. We have a switch in the kitchen that can turn the tree on and off.
Which was Mike's genius when we built this house. He's like, if we ever put up Christmas lights or something, because I know you're a crazy Christmas person, why don't we wire the outlet to the inside so you can just hit a switch? So amazing. We hit a switch and our front porch turns on or off.
It's pretty handy.
It's super handy. You're smart.
Katie got these pillows. They're kind of decorative for the front porch. They're not really functional for comfort. And she was looking at buying like a pillow insert, but I said that's kind of useless to...
Wait. Let me tell the backstory. So I was looking at pillow inserts because I found these two. It was actually a set of 4, but I like these 2 out of it best, so I used them on Amazon for literally like $4 for the whole set of pillow covers. So I wanted inserts. Obviously, you can't just use a pillow cover. On Amazon, or really anywhere else, inserts are super expensive. They're like $10 to $20 depending on the size. These pillows are 18 by 18, so the inserts are pretty expensive. I'm pretty frugal, but I was just gonna buy what I needed because I love my Christmas decorations and I add to it every year. Mike said, whoa, I have a better idea.
We just reused our Walmart bags. They get thrown out.
Why though? Because they're outside.
Because it's outside, so they don't get full of water and mildew, and if they get nasty, you throw them out and use another pair.
And
another
even
set.
Right, and even that outside like covering, I mean, a couple bucks. If it gets really gross, we could throw it away. But I think that's genius. You had such a smart idea for filling them.
Thank you, buddy.
I love it.
So they hold up nice. We got a little hat here for Hootie.
Okay, Hootie is a summer decoration, but we love him so much. We bought a hat at the Dollar Tree, and he gets to be a winter decoration too. I just think he's super cute. We also put, to poof out his hat and keep it on his head, there is another reusable like Walmart bag or shopping bag inside his hat, which keeps it poofy.
Come here, buddy.
And then, hanging baskets.
The hanging baskets, Katie bought them off Amazon, and then she...
Wait. On Amazon, it was just the basket with like a few little twigs. Both baskets, they came as a pair, and they were like $13. And then...
she went to Hobby Lobby and got a bunch of artificial greenery and put in there. Some pine cones and some decorative Christmas bulbs. And they're reusable, so we just throw a bag over them, a garbage bag over them for the end of the season, and put them in the closet
just to keep
so
the dust off.
Dust on them. Yep.
Right, just to keep the dust off.
Hey, buddy.
So kind of our theme, I guess, is like reusing everything. I don't mind collecting live stuff off of the parcel, but as you know, we're really trying to have this very conservative approach to managing our property, and I don't want to be cutting every single year until all of our land is really flourishing. So on our front porch, one, so we don't take away from the parcel too much, reusable is the way to go. And number two, it makes decorating super easy because we just pop the stuff up. I mean, Mike did it all by himself this year, and I think it looks awesome. Oh, also, since the Christmas tree, I decided to do all snowflakes. Also got most of the snowflakes from the Dollar Tree. I wanted to tie in the snowflake theme somewhere else, which is why we hung it here. Mike, because he decorated the whole porch by himself, also hung these by themselves, and I heard perhaps a few choice words, but tell them your genius trick to keep them down.
Well, they're so light with the wind, they blow around and usually rip off and break. So Katie wanted 3, so we put up 3, and then I strung them together with fishing line, so the weight of all 3 combined holds them down. And then if one blows, they kind of all just swing together, but they're under control then, and then they don't bust off and break.
Yeah, we did have them hanging just individually, not connected, and we did have a couple fall down. Now, this design, we had different ones up. The other ones broke like they were a disaster, but these ones have not broken. And ever since Mike came up with his new design to tie them together, we haven't had any issues at all. It's amazing. So, moral of the story, any single ladies out there or girls watching, marry a smart and handy man. It's true. And now I think Blue's probably freezing because she has ate her weight in snow. Cheddar, oh, Cheddar, you're perfect. So people of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you're watching, help me figure out what to do in this corner over here. We need to put some more Christmassy love. I'm going to add to my collection. I usually do every year, but I'm stumped. Like, I can't think of anything that can go over here that ties everything together or looks nice with everything, but also doesn't like distract or get in the way of going to the front door. So if you have ideas for decorating over here, adding to it next year, drop them in the comments. We totally need your help. Hi guys, welcome back to the parcel. Come on in. Today I'm going to show you, if I don't trip over a dog first, the Christmas decorations inside. So I'm not Martha Stewart, as a quick disclaimer, so my decorations might not make sense to anybody but me. But that's because they are super sentimental, collected all throughout my life, and came from some very special people. Namely, my grandma and grandpa, who are my godparents. So every year at Christmas, I got one extra present, and that was a piece of Christmas collectible decoration. So now that I'm older, I put all of those super special pieces that are near and dear to my heart throughout our home. And that's kind of the basis of how I decorate. I add a few things every year. One of the things that Mike and I add, which is actually a tradition in his family and in mine, is an ornament to our tree. So for myself growing up, my grandparents got every grandchild a collectible ornament for every year. Mike's mom actually gave him a collectible ornament every year as well. And I may or may not make him put them on the Christmas tree every year, whether he likes it or not. I think he likes it, but I make him put his up too. So I'm gonna start in the dining room, and we're just gonna do a quick tour around the house. I'll stop and point out a few things that are really near and dear to my heart that I just love to put up every year. So starting with our chalkboard. I keep the chalkboard up all year round, and I just change it out for the season. I'm not an artist, so I look for things that are easy. And in the wintertime, the easiest thing is writing out Santa's reindeer. So I just do that super quick. And then this little gold guy goes in the middle. I got him at the Dollar Tree. So $1 and some chalk. And this little piece is decorated, which I think is super cute. Now my dad comes and he is naughty. Every year he tries to find chalk and write olive, O-L-I-V-E, amongst the reindeer, because he says if you listen closely to the song, that's the forgotten reindeer. Olive, the other reindeer. He thinks he's hilarious. I kind of do too. And then in the kitchen or dining room, I just put a runner on our table with a little basket to kind of brighten it up for the season. To me, the table itself is the star of the show all year long, and I don't like to cover it up too much because Mike and my dad cut it and made it from scratch by hand, lumberjack style. It's one solid piece of white pine, and I really love our table. So no covering it up. I kind of leave it as the star. In the kitchen, I hang up my cookie baking apron, which is of course seasonal. So put that on my little hanger. And then I decorate the windowsill. And with our windowsill decorations this year, we're bringing the outside in. So you saw Mike explain the snowflake theme outside. We put that in our windowsill here to kind of blend the two. And if you look out the window, you can see the hanging snowflakes that Mike did, which I kind of like bringing the outside in. In the middle, the star of our show is this beauty whose name is literally Klondike Kate. My grandpa and grandma gave me this decoration in 2000, and it is my favorite piece. I always think of Grandpa Ray. He had such a sense of humor. He was so clever. I'm certain that he asked whomever the vendor was at this craft fair to write Klondike Kate on the name tag, which I just absolutely love. And down here, my Aunt Jackie gave me a Christmas towel one year, and obviously I use that. So thank you, Aunt Jackie. I put it out and it's going to good use. Up above our kitchen cabinets, I put my little house collection. Again, from Grandpa Ray and Grandma Isabel. Remember that super handy husband that I mentioned? So up above my cabinets, I decorate every season. So I change things out. And I have a sign that's here most of the time that requires a screw in the wall to hang on. Well, the screw doesn't look so great without anything there. It just kind of looks awkward, and instead of taking it out and having a little hole there, I was stumped with what to do. But Mike had a great idea. Find a little star or a snowflake or whatever you wanted. So I found this at Hobby Lobby for like 25 cents. He glued a magnet to the back, and I just pop it on the screw. He's so smart. And now on to the living room. My mom, I think it was, Mom and Dad got me a Christmas blanket this year, so I add that to the back of the couch. Our couch is normally over there, but we spun it around to add the tree. So that goes there. On our little table, which is actually my great-grandma's crock, my great-grandma's candlestick holders that say Noel. So I just love to put out the sentimental stuff. Those were my great-grandma's. And then this is by far my favorite part of the house. Of course, the Christmas tree. Everyone loves a Christmas tree. But there's so many sentimental, heartwarming things here for me that this is my favorite spot to just kind of sit at night and look at all the special pieces. So, in addition to putting our presents around the tree, I put out my most favorite piece, which is our homemade stockings that are from my nieces and nephews. They made them when they were super tiny. Let me show you what I love to do every year to remember just how small they were when they made these. Inside every stocking is a little cutout hand from the year that they were actually made. So it says, to Kate, handcrafted by Sage, who is my nephew. And when we're recording this video, he's 14 now. But look at how sweet that is. I keep it in the stocking every year because I just love to remember how small they were and how adorable it is. So we use these stockings. They even made one for Cheddar and one for Blue when we got her. Brookie made this one. And I think Brooke made Mike. So I think Cheddar made these two and Brooke made two.
Sage.
No, Sage made two. Sage made two, Brooke made two. Bryn, my third niece, littlest one, she wasn't around yet to make any of these. Okay, so up above, a couple more pieces that are from my grandparents, but this little plate actually came from my dad. He gave it to my grandparents in 1984 when he brought it back from Germany. He was there for work. He's in the military. So he brought that back for them, and my grandma gave it to me very recently because she doesn't display it anymore, and she thought that I would want it, which I absolutely do. So up on the mantle it goes. And then, of course, our tree. So standard kind of classic Christmas tree. I put it in a bucket because I don't like to look at the legs, and I don't really like a big tree skirt. So Mike, you know how I said he was super frugal? Maybe you should tell the people where you found the bucket.
I think we found that in the dump when we were looking for goodies after we dropped some stuff off.
He's not even joking, you guys. I'm pretty sure he pulled that out of the dump. But hey, it washed up great. It wasn't dirty. And now it's our tree bucket. So that's where we are. And our tree is just super special to me. So I have ornaments on here, like I said, from when I was a child. Mike has his on here from when he was a child, and we add to it every year. We actually add a couple to it. One for the dogs because they are my babies. So here's this year's. Oh, and somebody would like some attention. Hi,
Hello.
I'm the ornament dad. I am the present this Christmas. So sweet.
We got the couch seal there.
Yep, land seal. So this is this year's. We add one every year for our puppers, and then we find a collectible one that we add for ourselves. But here's a couple that are my absolute favorite. My very first ornament from the year I was born, 1986. I love this series of snowmen. I have a few of them. I forget the year on these, in the 2000s, I think. Grandma was really good about finding things that were in a series. So instead of just having one, there are several. Some of my other favorites are these little plates. They're from the 80s and early 90s. They are ceramic, but they're just beautifully painted. I love putting those up every year. And if there was something special going on in your life, like the year I got my driver's license, I got a car ornament that year to remember the year that I actually became a legal driver. That's our tree. Now I'm gonna grab the camera and show you a few little things we do to kind of spread out the celebration throughout our house. We just put a couple decorations in most of the rooms of our house to just spread the cheer, and if we have any guests, they can feel warm and Christmassy in the guest bed, in the guest bathroom, and then in our room too, I put a couple things out. So let's head over and I'll show you what I do. So I'm going to first start on what I call our side of the house. This is the garage entry. And in the entryway, I just add a little snowman. I don't want too much here because I don't want to knock anything over when everyone's coming in and out. So a little snowman. This is a church pew that came out of the church that my dad went to when he was a little boy. So more sentimental things in our house. Then we swing over. This is our room. We don't do a lot in here. I just throw on kind of a wintry quilt, but check out these adorable sheets that I found. So they're Christmas sheets. Look at these cute dogs. And there's a bulldog. Look at how cute he is. I love him. So that's what we do in our room. Just some quick sheets and blankies on our bed. And in our bathroom, we don't do a ton, but we do put a little Christmas tree on the counter. Just stays out of the way. I don't like a ton of clutter, but a little decoration to remind you that it is the time for Christmas. So now let's go to the guest side of the house. We don't have a huge house, but everywhere we go, there's a little bit of Christmas magic. So on this side of the house, I'll show you the bathroom. In the bathroom, I put up a little towel, a little Christmas tree. There's a little night light that is a snowman. That also came from my grandparents. So just a few little pieces of Christmas cheer. Obviously, you have to change out the soap. So Christmassy soap. And then our guest room kind of in the back. So Christmas blanket, Christmas sign up above that says "To all a good night." A little Christmassy snowman nightlight. Sorry, I was wrapping. Still wrapping, so my wrapping bucket's out. And then look at these cute sheets that I found. I'm totally obsessed with dogs, so more dog sheets because why not? And look who has to be the center of attention. Mrs. Boo.